IKEA is an expert at making the most out of every last space in our home. That's why today we've come here to analyze all their secrets, their techniques, and to see them up close. Let's get started. Technique 1, which we've discussed multiple times on this channel. And that's to make use of the space, not just horizontally, but also vertically. To best understand this, visit IKEA and see the examples. IKEA is a prime user of this technique. They have created a series of furniture pieces that, thanks to their placement, allow you to make use of the full height of the walls. The good thing is that they have a lot of variety in this type of furniture. We find the typical ones, which are more conventional shelves, large in size, where we can put all kinds of things and store everything we don't know where to put. But then we come across this type of metal structure, which once we've put it on the wall, we can hang all kinds of things on it, from accessories to clothes, accessories, among other things. She has not only designed these types of panels to hang things directly on them, but also accessories that allow you to place several items, like these jars or baskets where you can put paints, makeup, jewelry, or watches. Basically anything you want. They also come in multiple colors. It's perfect, since we can blend it in with white on a white wall, or we can use it as a focal point to stand out in that area. In fact, I've seen it in almost every area of a possible house. Laundry rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms. Another option that's used a lot is bars and all their variations. She uses bars or hangers at mid-height, especially in kitchens, and places utensils on them. But actually, we can use this same technique to hang other types of things, for example, in an office, a bedroom, or even in a bathroom. I'd like to highlight this type of floating shelf. This shelf leaves the floor space available so you can place things there. It's ideal to use in kitchens, dining rooms, or bathrooms, since it becomes completely integrated, and I find it super practical. Lastly, since we're talking about verticality, I'm going to show you this accessory they have to save space in a bedroom. It's a basket with small hooks, which can be placed on this type of headboard. I think it's a great idea, since by having several available spaces, we can put what would normally go on a nightstand, a basket on top and another basket on top. This way, we gain more space in the room without taking up floor space with a nightstand. The next technique we're going to look at is adding wheels or tracks to furniture and accessories. This small detail allows us to make a piece of furniture more versatile. We might need it in the kitchen, but suddenly we can use it in another area of the house. The fact that it can be moved, whether by wheels or tracks, allows you to create a more comfortable, versatile, and practical space. Personally, I'm in love with these tracks. And I know that for the new kitchen in the apartment, I'm going to install them so I can make the most of the depth of the kitchen drawers. And speaking of versatility, let's move on to the next section, which is versatile furniture. All these types of furniture are available in many different sizes. So we can surely find the one that fits our space, whether it's because of the large area or the width, in white wood or glass. These furniture pieces' versatility allows placement in dining rooms, bedrooms, kitchens, or bathrooms. In any room, we can find the perfect spot, and we're here to make the most of every corner. Let's move on to the next technique. How does IKEA make the most of the corners in each room? In the dining room, for example, they create niches in the walls to make use of the space on a wall or a column. We can buy these same niches for about 40 euros. Under the television, we can hang a shelf for 4 decorative items and a hanger just below to place baskets or accessories. What are we missing? Walls. So we create a dividing wall with a piece of furniture right behind the sofa. We can use it as an auxiliary piece of furniture to place dishes, toys, or blankets, even for the sofa cushions. So what I would do in the bathroom is make use of the space above the toilet by placing shelves or individual racks. This could be a technique that could work very well for us to gain space in our small bathroom. In the bedroom, we can place these really inexpensive cubes and clear the lower part if we need to reduce the space our bed takes up. I think this idea is amazing because it's not just a trundle bed, but in addition to the extra bed, we have space to store things inside. This is possible because one of the mattresses is placed on top of the other. You close the bed, and this way you have a single bed with storage and the possibility to extend it. Finally, we have the kitchen. I love this idea, and it's to create a double height on the kitchen countertop so you can put things both underneath and on top. I really like it, and in fact, I'm already considering it for the new apartment. I think it's easy to create with a particle board countertop, and it's very practical since we still have countertop space to work on. And besides, we add some extra storage space. The next technique would be clever gadgets or accessories. Since we're in the kitchen, let's take a look at this cutting board that has just the right measurements to fit over a sink. A very good idea to have some extra space on the countertop. If you want to wash something or cut it and throw away the leftovers, we can use it, since it's a really good option. For the kitchen, we also found the shelf type. I already knew about this, since we have exactly the same one at home. Would this be the substitute for the old dish racks? This way, we can place more dishes without taking up so much space. On the other hand, if we don't have many outlets at home, we have this alternative. We can opt for this device, which is for connecting several USB devices. And for the dining room, one idea to eliminate the coffee table from the center of the dining room would be to place this kind of mat on the armrest. If we're the kind of people who hardly ever use the coffee table and it gets in the way more than it helps us, it's a good solution to have a spot to leave your snacks at night or your summer beer without freezing your hand. They come in several colors, but it's very important to know that you can only place it on a completely flat armrest. And to wrap up this video, I recorded an apartment they have there, which is approximately between 18 and 20 square meters. Where are all the rooms? So let's take a tour and see each and every one of them. First we have the bathroom, on the left is the shower, and on the right is the toilet with two types of storage that we saw in the section about versatile furniture. Plus, as an extra storage option, the bathroom cabinet has shelves. Personally, I prefer cabinets with doors so the mess isn't visible, but that's just a personal preference. The little kitchen is small, but it has the essentials. Notice that the microwave is hidden on a shelf added to the countertop. It's a good option since the countertop is quite small. Still, this kitchen is very economical since they have basic cabinets below and open shelves on the top. The little table for eating or having dinner is small, but for two people, it's just what you need. Next to the kitchen, there are several stackable stools in case guests come over. I would have used the same flooring for the whole room, that way it would look uniform and give an apparent sense of spaciousness without visual breaks. When you leave the kitchen, you find the living room bedroom. There you would find wardrobes for clothes, shelves and a desk. And next the bed. In this case, they have chosen a trundle bed, but ideally, to make it even more of a dining room, I would put a sofa bed with a hanging television. And right next to the bed, we find dresser-type wardrobes that could serve as sideboards for the dining room. We would also find a small table with wheels and its armchair-style chair to be able to relax or even have dinner. And these would be the tricks that Ikea uses for small spaces. I still have an entire floor left to see. So, if you want more ideas like this, don't forget to let me know in the comments and we'll make a second part. I hope you found this video helpful. See you in upcoming videos.